NBA Finals are here. It's a weird matchup this year. We got the Thunder and the Pacers. I think the Thunder, for most of the season, everybody thought this was, pretty realistic that they could make it to the finals. But Indiana's definitely been a surprise. Everyone imagined it was going to be Boston or Cleveland out of the East. But Indiana's been on an amazing run. They absolutely demolished the Cavs. And then in that Knicks series, they just showed everybody that their offense is capable of winning them games against teams with good defense. And obviously, the Knicks have some weakness there with Cat and Brunson. But despite that, they do have some really good defenders on the wings. And it didn't really matter. Indiana just took over that series. Tyrese Haliburton was fantastic. Pascal Siakam, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Really impressive showing from the Pacers there. So let's go ahead and look at the schedule for the finals. We have Oklahoma City hosting 1 and 2, 5 and 7. And so game 1 is tomorrow, June 5th. Sunday is game 2. Next Wednesday is game 3. Next Friday is game 4. And then you can see 5, 6, and 7 if they end up happening. All of the games are going to be on ABC. And looking at the betting odds, it's pretty interesting to me how big of favorites the Oklahoma City Thunder are. Minus 700 right now. I think it makes sense because what we've seen out of the Thunder is they are definitely the best team in the NBA. Not saying that the Pacers don't have a shot, but let's go ahead and get a look at the shooting comparison between these two teams in the playoffs so far. So both these teams are 12 and 4. The points per game is pretty much identical. Field goal attempts, Oklahoma City does put up a couple more shots per game. Field goal percentage, Indiana's a little more efficient. 3-point attempts, Oklahoma City's got a couple more up per game there as well, but Indiana again is a better, more efficient shooting 3-point team. Free throw attempts, everybody talks about Shai being a free throw merchant and everything, but in this series it's going to be pretty identical. 24.1 for the Thunder, 23.8 for the Pacers. Free throw percentage, same deal, pretty much the same. And then hustle stats up next. Rebounds per game, Oklahoma City's got about 5 more rebounds per game. They definitely are killing the Pacers on the offensive glass. This is going to be an interesting element of the series to watch, is how does the Thunder's size and ability to rebound affect the Pacers and affect the Pacers' ability to get out in transition specifically. Steals and blocks, not too big of a gap on the steals there. Couple a game, 7.5 and 10.8. I mean, those are both good numbers. Obviously, Oklahoma City is known for having a lot of great defenders on that roster. Blocks is exactly the same. Turnovers is pretty much the same. Fouls are pretty close. So we're going to check out the starting lineups for each of these teams. Everybody knows the big story of this series is going to be Tyrese Haliburton versus Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Shai is coming off of his first MVP. He's definitely been one of the best players in the playoffs. He's averaging a little below 30 points per game. Tyrese Haliburton, though, he's just been able to control these games for Indiana. He's a little under 20 per game, 18.8, but he's almost averaging 10 assists, 6 rebounds, 1.4 steals. Halliburton's been amazing, and although Siakam won the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, I think we all know that Haliburton is the best player on that team. He's been absolutely amazing through the playoffs. Shai, though, that man just knows how to control the game offensively. He can get to the free throw line whenever he wants, call it foul baiting, call it whatever you want, but the guy knows how to score. He's got probably the best mid-range in the NBA. He can get to his shots whenever he wants to, and I think what we've seen out of Shai is just a carryover from what we saw in the regular season. I think he's established himself as a top 3 player in the NBA. In my opinion, it's Jokic 1, Giannis 2, Shai number 3. I mean, he's an amazing player. And then the role players for each team have been really, really good so far in the playoffs. Nembhard really struggled to shoot the ball in the Knicks series, but the defense that he played on Jalen Brunson was really effective. Naismith is also a great defender and guy that just makes a ton of hustle plays out there. Siakam is having an absolute heater shooting the ball so far in the playoffs. 21 points per game, and that's including 3 30-point games in that Knicks series. I mean, guy has just been a monster on the offensive end. Miles Turner, I thought, was amazing in the Cleveland series and in the Milwaukee series, but he just really wasn't very effective against New York. Cat was kind of cooking him. So that's something I'm very interested in, is to see if Turner can pick the pace back up and play good defense against Holmgren and against Hartenstein and hit a couple more shots than what he was hitting in that Knicks series. On the Thunder side, Dort, I mean, he's just a wrecking ball. He's just going to go out there and punish people on the defensive end of the floor. He's basically like a giant middle linebacker out there, just going to hit people and make it rough. Jalen Williams has been awesome in the playoffs. He's averaging a little over 20 points per game. And then Chet and Hartenstein, this really is what unlocked the Thunder this year, just having the two big lineup where they can play Hartenstein at the 5 and Chet at the 4. So much size in there. I mean, it's just hard to do anything against the Thunder because they have two really good athletes in Holmgren and Hartenstein. And I think that the starting 5 for each of these teams have been great, and there's a reason that they're in the finals, and the 10 guys on the screen here are a big part of that. But one thing that stands out about both of these rosters is the depth that they have. And when we look at Indiana, they have one of the strongest benches in the league, and that's led by Benedict Mathurin, Obi Toppin, TJ McConnell. Ben Shepherd's also got some good run. He was a big impact in the regular season, and, you know, it's not been as much in the playoffs, but Ben Shepherd is still getting minutes. But there is only one team in the NBA that I believe can say they have a better bench than the Pacers, and that's the Oklahoma City Thunder. Alex Caruso, I mean, we all know the value that guy brings to the table. He's just a great defender, really smart basketball player. He's going to make plays, and there's times where he'll just take over a game, hit a couple threes, get a steal, get a transition and one. Like, this guy just knows how to win. We saw him do it in the bubble for the Lakers in 2020. Guy's a championship-level player, and I think that there's a pretty good shot that he's going to add a lot of value to the Thunder and allow them to win another championship here. Isaiah Joe, great three-point shooter off the bench. Aaron Wiggins has really stepped up into his role and developed over the last couple years. I've been really impressed with what we've seen out of him. And Cason Wallace, just a lockdown defender. And that's something that really stands out to me, is that they have Caruso and Cason Wallace just sitting there ready to throw him in the game. And when you have guys like that, plus Shai, who's not a bad defender, Lou Dort, who, like I said, is just an absolute wrecking ball, Jalen Williams, like, they have so many guys that they can throw at Tyrese Haliburton. And I think it's going to be really difficult for him. One thing that he had on his side in that Knicks series is that Jalen Brunson can't guard a wet paper bag. Guy literally can't do anything defensively. It's not going to be like that in this series. I think that it's going to be really, really tough for him. I think Caruso will get the matchup a lot. Lou Dort, we may see on him some, but there's just so many different bodies. If one guy's not able to do it well on a certain night, they're going to be able to throw somebody else on him. And Cason Wallace, I don't know how many minutes he's going to get in this series, but I think a lot of the minutes he's on the floor, he's going to spend them guarding Tyrese Haliburton. So, I mean, that's a major advantage for the Thunder, is just the defense that they have coming off the bench. Although, when we look at the Pacers bench, Obi Toppin was one of the major reasons why they were able to win that Knicks series, because that dude, no matter what happens, shots going up on defense, he's going to take off and run the other direction. Make or miss, he's going to be down there, and if they can just get him the ball in transition, he's going to dunk it every time. And I thought what he did in transition against the Knicks was really, really impressive. TJ McConnell didn't have his best series at all against the Knicks, but I'm really excited to see how he can impact the game in the finals. I think that's going to be fun to watch. Overall, the depth for these two teams is definitely something to watch in this series. I think that Oklahoma City has a better bench on paper, but if you told me that Benedict Mathurin comes out, has a couple 20-point games in this series, Obi Toppin makes a major impact, TJ McConnell gets back on track, and that allows the Pacers to make this a way closer series than anyone expects, I'm not going to say you're wrong. I mean, I think Obi Toppin, what he's shown us and what Mathurin's shown us in certain moments in the playoffs, that those guys are starting level players who happen to be coming off the bench for a really good team. Same thing for Caruso and for Cason Wallace. And Isaiah Joe, that shooting, don't be shocked if there's a game where Isaiah Joe comes in and hits 7 or 8 threes. It's probably not going to happen with the minutes he's going to get, but that guy is one of the best pure shooters in the NBA, and I think he will capitalize on his limited minutes. And if the Pacers aren't able to guard up on him and, contest those threes, he's going to make them pay for it. So at the end of the day, I think that the Thunder are just going to win this series. I'm going to say Thunder in 6. I believe that the Pacers will shock them, come out and punch them in the mouth, take game 1 tomorrow night. I think the Thunder will bounce back, win Game 2 at home, go on the road to Game 3 and take that. I think that the Pacers will win one of Game 3 or 4. I'm going to predict that it's Game 4, and then after that, I think it's all Oklahoma City. Game 5 at home, and then Game 6 on the road with that 3-2 lead. I think they'll go close it out in Indiana. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you agree with me? I think that overall, the Thunder are going to win this series because they have better talent, they have better depth, and they have a little bit better scoring across the board, which is a crazy thing to say with as much scoring and talent as the Pacers have shown us so far in the playoffs. I think they're one of the best offensive teams in the NBA. But with the Oklahoma City Thunder, you have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, you have Jalen Williams, and you have a bunch of other guys that just know how to impact the game. I think that it's going to be really tough for Haliburton to go off like crazy like he did in the last couple series. And I think that in order for the Pacers to win multiple games in this series, Siakam's going to have to keep his momentum rolling. I don't know what the matchup between Siakam and Chet's going to look like. I don't know if the Thunder will try to change it up and, have someone else come in and guard Siakam and maybe run Chet at the 5 some. But if they choose to do that 2-big lineup with Chet and Hartenstein, which I'd say is pretty likely for big minutes in this series, Chet's going to have a big responsibility there guarding Pascal Siakam. Siakam's really, really fast, and the jumper's been hitting in the playoffs so far. Guy just knows how to get to the rim. He's just great at using his body and getting open, getting just enough space to put the layup up off the glass. He has great touch, and it's been really impressive to me to see how he's developed from when he won a championship in 2019 with the Raptors to now. Siakam's a completely different player. So to me, Siakam's going to have to keep his momentum going. Haliburton's going to have to find a way to get buckets and, make good reads and good passes against this tough Oklahoma City defense. And the role players are going to have to step up if Indiana is going to have a shot in the series. But in my opinion, Thunder have got it. Thunder in 6. If you told me they close it in 5, wouldn't shock me at all. Like I said, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Tell me who you think's going to win, who you would like to win. To me, I know this is 2 small market teams, but I'm going to be cool with it either way. I'm not going to be mad about seeing the Thunder win it. Definitely not going to be mad about seeing the Pacers win it. It's kind of nice to have a change up. This is 6 years in a row we're going to have a different champion, which is pretty cool to see. The NBA is balancing out. We have a lot of parity across the league now, and it's pretty exciting. So drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll be back with more content soon. We got the draft coming up right around the corner, so check out all my draft videos that I've already posted, and there's going to be more of those coming soon. Appreciate you guys, and have a great day.